All right, back again for another deep dive. And today we're going straight into Premier League action.
Yeah.
We're going to be looking at a match that on paper, might not seem super exciting.
Right.
Aston Villa beat Everton 1-0.
Okay.
But trust me, there's a lot more to unpack here.
A lot below the surface.
Yeah, a lot below the surface.
Exactly.
So before we get into, the nitty-gritty,
Yeah.
can you just set the stage for us a little bit? So we've got Aston Villa.
Yeah.
They're kind of pushing for a top 4 spot,
Absolutely.
which is, Champions League next year.
Big money.
Huge. Yeah, exactly.
And then you have Everton, who are really trying to claw their way out of the relegation zone.
Right.
So very different
places.
places they are in the table right now. And, it's always a big game, but
Especially
with David Moyes returning to Everton
Yeah.
for this match.
Right. Yeah, so he's back
Yeah, he's back.
at Goodison Park. So, can you talk a little bit more about just kind of the history between these two clubs?
Yeah, well, Aston Villa have had quite a run against Everton.
Yeah, I was reading about that, like 12
games unbeaten,
games in a row.
which is remarkable.
It's pretty wild.
And you could feel it.
Wow.
At Goodison Park, the atmosphere was electric.
Yeah.
Everton fans,
Excited to have Moyes back.
excited to have him back, maybe hoping for a
Yeah.
change in fortune.
Yeah, I was going to say like a little bit of that new manager bounce maybe.
Absolutely.
So let's talk about the early, kind of the early action in this match.
Yeah.
Aston Villa started off really strong. I was reading about Rodgers and Tielemans had some really good looks.
Yeah, their tactics were spot on.
Yeah.
High pressure, aggressive attacks,
Okay.
especially down the wings, really testing Everton's defense.
Yeah.
And Jordan Pickford had some amazing saves.
Yeah.
James Tarkowski,
Yeah.
crucial blocks. Really impressive stuff early on.
So it sounds like their strategy was working.
Absolutely.
But Everton did have that one chance with Calvert-Lewin in the first half.
Yeah, if Calvert-Lewin had put that away, it could have been a different game.
It's so true.
Yeah.
Just one of those moments where,
Oh, yeah.
you
Real turning point.
absolutely.
If he had scored there,
Totally.
momentum could have shifted completely.
Yeah, and talking about like almost a turning point moment, I was reading about Watkins' missed opportunity
Oh, yeah.
where he was like one-on-one with Pickford.
Oh, yeah. He really should have scored there.
I know, and it's funny because
I'm like, the hands have
it's
scored.
ironic, because
Yeah.
Ashley Young almost gifted Everton a goal.
Oh, wow.
The former Everton player.
No way.
So
That's wild.
it was a real back and forth.
Okay, so then Watkins ends up, scoring the only goal of the match.
Sure. And I was thinking about that, and I was like, man, like he missed that one earlier, and then
Yeah.
he comes back and scores like
Redemption.
total redemption.
Yeah, total redemption. And Rodgers set him up beautifully.
Oh, nice.
And he just slotted it past Pickford.
Okay.
So composed.
So 1-0 Aston Villa, and that's how it ends.
That's how it ends.
But I thought it was interesting, like, reading about sort of the atmosphere after that goal.
Yeah.
It seemed really subdued.
Subdued
Yeah.
for, a team that's losing at home. I
Right.
think it's really interesting.
Yeah.
I think part of it is, the Moyes factor. They're
Uh-huh.
hoping he's going to
Right. They still have hope.
turn things around.
Yeah.
Even though they're down a goal,
Totally.
there's this sense of belief,
Yeah.
a new era.
Yeah, for sure.
So, yeah, I think that explains the subdued atmosphere.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So Everton, though, they don't manage to, to equalize.
No, they don't.
And their second half performance was, kind of
Yeah.
lackluster, to say the least,
Yeah, they really struggled.
especially compared to Aston Villa.
They struggled to create any clear-cut chances,
Yeah.
No shots on target in the second half.
Wow.
And you have to give credit to Aston Villa's defense.
Yeah.
It wasn't just, parking the bus.
Right.
It was active defense.
Okay.
Closing down spaces, anticipating Everton's every move,
Interesting.
breaking up their play.
So it sounds like it wasn't just about individual players. It was really, a full team effort.
Absolutely, a well-drilled unit.
Wow. So Aston Villa, they got their 4th clean sheet.
That's right.
Victory at Goodison.
4th in a row at Goodison.
That's pretty crazy.
It is, yeah.
So, let's just kind of recap here for a sec.
Yeah.
We've got Aston Villa continuing to dominate against Everton.
Yep.
Which is wild.
Yeah.
but it shows their tactical, like
Discipline.
their discipline. Exactly.
Yeah.
And Everton and Moyes, they're facing a tough road ahead.
They are, yeah. One game doesn't define a season.
Of course. Yeah.
But there are definitely questions.
Yeah.
For Everton,
Hurt.
can Moyes bring back that spark?
Right.
And for Aston Villa,
Yeah.
can they keep this up?
Yeah.
Can they challenge for the title?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this has been another fascinating deep dive. I feel like we've learned a lot more than just, like a basic match summary.
Oh, for sure.
So thanks for joining me. And until next time, keep on exploring. All right. See you.
Hey, guys.
Yeah.